Today is part 2 of playing the best deck for every win condition in Clash Royale. The best Goblin barrel deck in Clash Royale right now is for sure this very quick bait spam deck. It works so well right now because you just have so much more pressure than you do with most other bait decks in the game. So you're able to get so many sets of wall breakers, so many Goblin barrels, and yeah, the pressure of this deck is just amazing. Man, I would actually get my king up here, but I don't know if it will activate. Oh, it does activate, nice! I honestly thought the Cannoneer Towers would just kill it before it could activate, but I guess we had really perfect timing there. You can easily get your king up off a bandit, guys, if you just use either a Fire Spirit plus Ice Spirit with this deck, or like a Spirit plus a Dark Goblin. Also will activate pretty nicely. It is really, really helpful in this sort of matchup. I don't really have too much for the Battle Ram. I guess just a Berserker will have to do here. But Valkyrie is putting in the work. And guys, why this deck works so well is because, well, you have the Cannoneer, which can really help you take down these beatdown decks, so it allows you to have just such a light defense, such a quick cycle and stuff like that, because yeah, you really don't have to have too much to do with those beatdown decks. So then also you have the Vine spell to help you on defense, and even if you're facing something like a Golem deck, for example, really all you need is to just get to your Evo Valkyrie. Then with that, you're usually able to defend even huge pushes, so works out really well. Wow, this guy's Golden Knight Dash just completely vanished in thin air. Looking pretty good already. You really just want to keep up the pressure a lot with this deck, because really a good offense is a good defense for this deck. If you just try to fully defend, it doesn't always work out. Sometimes you just can't, so you gotta constantly spam your opponent. And I know we're facing a bridge spam player, but I feel like we're gonna have to spam more than he's gonna have to spam in this matchup. So we're gonna get our Dark Goblin down the middle here. You kind of want to play your Dark Goblins up high sometimes to avoid giving them spell value, because if you play it too low, they can just, like, you know, fireball the Dark Goblin, the tower, but if you play it a bit higher, then they're not able to do that. And I definitely do want to go opposite lane in this matchup, but overall with this deck, it's kind of like a double lane push type of deck, because the Evo Barrel kind of just inherently makes bait sort of like a double lane pressure type of deck, at least as of recently. So our opponent does get the Pekka going in the back, and stuff is looking interesting right now. I don't know. I mean, we have our Dark Goblin, which is going to DPS the Pekka just a little bit. He does get a Golden Knight for my barrel, but we still get some nice chip damage. I'm actually going to cycle a Valkyrie on the left side, guys. Yeah, perfect. See, I cycled that exactly right there because I knew that he would probably try to make a double lane push, and that's exactly what he's doing right here. Now, we do have our Evo Valkyrie as well, which is going to pull the minions and pull the ram and literally pull every living organism on the earth. Oh my gosh, get my vines down. Oh my gosh, we survived! Please, please! Guys, I think I'm alive! Oh my gosh, I thought for sure I just died right there. I just let him get a little bit too big of a push. I'm not really going to worry about this bandit, guys, but what I am going to do now is make a huge double lane Goblin barrel evolution push. We get tanks on both sides, so he has to respond to both of them. We get our vines down. One Goblin is in the back, man, just completely going ham on the Princess Tower. You know Goblins love the Princess Towers. Okay, let's get our Ice Spirit up high. Oh gosh. That should die. That should die. Yes, and he wasted the arrows. So guys, even though he has arrows, he has zap, you know, he has a few bait counters for sure, to say the least, but you can see he's just not able to deal with our quick cycle, and our Cannoneer has just been defending so nicely for us, and with the Vine spell, he could not do anything. By the way, guys, I do want to mention once again that this series is going to be a total of 3 parts, and this is part 2 out of 3, so you can always watch my video from yesterday to see the other win conditions, and also tomorrow I'm going to post another video for the final win conditions. So guys, next up here we have Goblin Giant Pekka, and the win condition we're highlighting is Goblin Giant, which actually got a pretty big nerf in the last balance changes, but believe it or not, it's still not that bad, even though like half the cards in this deck got nerfed. It's still pretty good overall in the meta if you just want kind of like a deck that you could sort of just turn your brain off with when you're playing it. This is just the perfect deck for that. You just can really just lie down, relax, and not have a worry in the world. Now, you know, it can struggle in certain matchups, but I feel like it actually works pretty well now with, like, the lightning up in here to take down witches and wizards, all that kind of stuff, and obviously you have nice small spells and Bomber for all the little distractions. Oh, Pekka doesn't kill the Hunter, but I don't think it matters, guys. Oh my gosh. I mean, shoot, I don't think I could really defend his push either, though, but I'm kind of happy to go into a tower trade situation. When you're playing a really heavy deck like this, guys, it's usually not a bad idea to tower trade. And the reason why it's not bad for us to tower trade here is because when we're in a 1-to-1 situation, we can just like easily block his fishermans and stuff like that. Like normally he could pull our stuff really far, but now when we have the map kind of open, we can, yeah, easily just mess up his fisherman placements. So I think this could work pretty well. I'm going to go for a really aggressive Pekka right here once again. The key with this deck is kind of just to turn your brain off sometimes. You don't want to think too hard when you're playing it, because I feel like sometimes people just think way too hard when they play this deck, and that kind of prevents them from being as aggressive as they should be. I mean, you want to be very aggressive with this deck, but you want to be aggressive to the point where, yeah, you're being very aggressive, but like you also know you can defend the counter push. You want to still be able to, yeah, obviously defend their counter push. This guy does get his fisherman down, but with our bomber, we should hopefully kill his fisherman. No, we don't. Okay, this is the part where it gets a little bit sketchy. The Evo Hunter is actually going to be a very annoying card for us right here. Dude, this Evo Hunter is actually so annoying. Guys, I'm a little bit concerned right now. I think I'm just going to go for my Pekka here. He's probably going to take the tower regardless. Okay, he leaves us on like 1 HP. I mean, I guess that's okay. I don't even know what to do except to just lightning right here, guys. I don't have much of a better play. I'm going to go for a bomber, which does distract his fisherman. Nice. Wait, I'm going to fisherman on his fisherman? That's low-key not a bad fisherman there. We forced out 5 extra elixir with it. He's probably going to just spell down my tower right here, guys, but I don't know. We could make this work, I feel like. Yeah, he goes for the fireball. I think we just go for a Pekka in the back. I want to go for a Pekka into the king tower, just so that way it's going to block up my princess tower here on the right side, because if I, you know, directly go for his king tower, I mean his princess tower with the Pekka on the other side, he could just easily pressure. And another thing with this deck is that you always want to try to pressure right as you're about to get the pancake from your chef tower. That's really good to do if you can. Obviously, it doesn't always work out, but whenever you can, it's definitely a nice bonus. We are going to go for our lightning here. Really, really good value lightning, man. Just completely wiping his whole defense off the board. I'm going to get a second Pekka down. Guys, I think he's in trouble. I just have a hunch that this guy's in trouble. Not sure, though. Okay, there's no way he defends, right? Wow, Pekka just one-shots everything. Wow, this level 16 Pekka on his king tower is just one-shotting everything. And you could see I didn't even play anything special here, but we just completely destroyed him. Yes, guys, 3 Musketeers are actually a win condition, and this is the best 3 Musketeers deck in the game right now. Believe it or not, 3 Musketeers is actually kind of back in the meta. I know you guys might not believe me, but in the previous season, there was actually a 3 Musketeers player who was pushing pretty high up on ladder, and I actually faced him a good few times when I was like, I think top 50 in the world or something like that. So, Logbait is what this guy's running right here, but I feel like we could probably deal with it, man. This deck is for real in a good spot right now. Like, I'm not even joking, guys. This deck is for real in a decent spot right now. 3 Musketeers. Wait, Dark Prince, please go back, please. Nice, man. Dark Prince is going to go back. We do take a lot of damage here. Not really the ideal start, but it's okay. But yeah, guys, I would highly recommend you try out 3 Musketeers if you think that your playstyle might fit it and you haven't tried it for a while. You have to play 3 Musketeers very interestingly nowadays, because I feel like decks have such a quick cycle and stuff that you can't really use it the same as you used to. Like, you can't just always pump for no reason. You have to kind of wait for the right timing, I guess, to actually be able to get a good pump. Otherwise, you might get punished. Like, right now, I will pump because we have our bandit down, so he's going to have to spend elixir dealing with that. This guy does go for an aggressive mini Pekka as well. Man, this guy just has pure spam here. I'm going to go ahead and ignore the wall breaker. I can't defend every little thing. With 3 Musketeers, guys, you can sometimes defend pretty well, but in other matchups, you just have to realize that you can't defend every little thing, and sometimes you just have to absorb a little bit of damage. But I might start to get my 3M going here pretty soon, though. The only thing is, I don't really know what the heck this guy's actually running. Like, I don't know if he has some sort of big spell. I don't think he does, though, but we'll see about that, I guess. 3M are going to deal with the bush okay. Not really the best, but I guess that could have been a little bit worse. We're just going to get this ice golem down on this musketeer, then we get the battle ram on the other side. No, the musketeer's going in front. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, nice. He does get the defensive Evo wall breakers. Honestly, pretty good wall breakers for him. That's going to kind of mess me up. I don't want to waste my zap, guys, because I know he has the skeleton barrel, so kind of got to watch out for that, I guess. Nice. Okay, we distract the bush pretty nicely. Hopefully the princess here can die kind of quickly, otherwise it could be a little bit of a hassle for me right here. I think we just go for split minions, then we could try to get a really good Evo Battle Ram. Okay, guys, I think we go for the Evo Battle Ram here. He has no Evo Wall Breakers in cycle this time, so he's going to struggle a little bit more than last time for sure. We could just get a nice zap right here to kill everything. Evo Battle Ram does kind of reach the tower. Not really sure how much damage it's going to get, though. And you guys can see that 3 Musketeers really does thrive the later you get in the game, because, you know, the start was looking really bad for us, but Now we're kind of making our way back into it. I think we just have to get our bandit down right here, distract the princess, and potentially get on the bush maybe. Oh, we don't get on the bush, but it should be okay. I think we just go for our Evo Zap to kill the princess here. Okay, he's probably going to defend my ram, but look at the musketeer on the right side, guys. That will get damage too. That's actually very good damage. Okay, we could still win this game, man. Come on now. Don't count me out yet, guys. Let's go for the minions up high. But yeah, Three Musketeers is really a momentum-based deck, so you really just want to try to control the momentum of the game. That's what you have to focus on with something like this. Alright, I'm going to go for the Zap right here. I kind of have to. Would have loved to play it on the Goblin gang, but I had to deal with that bush right there. We do make him go for some kind of awkward defensive wall breakers right here, which is good to see, I guess. Come on, Dark Prince, please clutch up for me. Guys, he could Princess on the left side. I have to be ready. Ooh, okay, I'm going to have to defend this bush here with my bandit. Guys, this game is so unreasonably close, and I don't know why. Oh no, please. Please, man. Oh, the Dark Prince! We steal it! Let's go! Guys, you may not believe me, but the best Elixir Golem deck in Clash Royale right now is actually E-Golem Pump Mirror. And basically how this deck works is that you spam as many pumps as possible in single Elixir. You know, you try to even sometimes get mirror pumps and stuff like that. And then as you get later in the game, then you start going for like E-Drags. You get like mirror healers and stuff behind your big E-Golem pushes, and you just go absolutely crazy. Alright, our opponent does have the recruits here. I might just be dead already. Bro, I actually might have just lost already. Unless my E-Drag can clutch up, maybe. Whew, there goes the piggies. We're just gonna have to try to get our king up here with a tornado. With a deck like this, guys, sometimes you just have to sacrifice a little bit of early tower damage, because you really just can't defend every little thing, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just, yeah, can't defend everything. You just gotta kind of use your towers as a resource, and that's what we're trying to do right here. He's just going completely all in. I'm literally going to defensive E-Golem, guys. I just don't want to give him my whole tower. I don't think this E-Golem is really that good. That's going to give him kind of a lot of elixir back, but I'm just really not trying to lose my whole tower here, because I feel like if I do, I'm just not winning this game. Okay, he does go for the Recruits Evolution here. I think we'll be okay, though, to be honest. Yeah, we have our Evo E-Drag, so we can go for that on this side, and then on the other side, I mean, we're going to probably take a bit of damage, but I don't think it should be anything too crazy. We can also get our Evo Skellies. Wait, can we get our E-Golem? Oh, we're not going to get it in time, guys. I'm going to go for a late E-Golem, though. Hold up, this actually might work out. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Healers start tanking, maybe? Nice, guys, the healer's tanking! He pulls in my E-Golem, but I don't even care. Also, guys, I can't be too loud because it's kind of late right now, so I'm just trying to not overreact too much. But yeah, look at that. We take the entire tower right here. You can see we're building up these pumps, and yeah, there's really not much thought behind this deck, if I'm being honest. You play it very simply. It's a very simple deck, you know, simple play style for simple men out there. But yeah, I really like it right now. And this is for real the #1 E-Golem deck. Like, I saw someone, I think in like top 50 using this deck, and he's actually beating a lot of the best players in the world with it somehow. I don't know how that's possible, but yeah, this deck apparently does work. This guy does go for a Desperate Flying Machine, but now we can just get an E-Golem down the pocket. Healer's healing everything, and our E-Drags are just going absolutely ham right now. Bro, my Evo E-Drag is just not dying. Now it finally does right as I say that. But guys, if he tries to go in for the piggies, I can literally just defensive pump, and I think we just win the game right here. Yeah, there's no way he's gonna break through. Bro, the defensive pump for the win. Yeah, this is so much fun. You guys have to give this deck a try if you are into Elixir Golem at all, or even if you're not into it, you might like it. This arguably might be the strongest deck in the game right now. It's minor wall breakers with the poison and the new evolved skeleton army, guys. This deck has been taking over the game by storm. It's just so well-rounded. You have so much pressure with it, but you also have such great control as well. And yeah, just so great on all fronts. And a really cool trick you can actually do with this deck, guys, is that when you have the Skeleton Army plus Skelly King, you can just go for the Evo Skarmy in the back split, and then you like block the general using the Skelly King, and you just kind of keep it far back so that Skarmy will just like walk up and be invincible and just wreak havoc on your opponent. So it's really, really strong. And even if they can take out your Evo Skarmy, they usually have to waste a lot of spells on it, so then you're able to just get so much value out of your other bait cards, like your Skelly King ability or your minions, stuff like that. So this deck overall works out really well overall. We can just go for a nice Barbarian barrel here, and hopefully the Executioner does fall. Nice, we take down the Executioner. I think our evolved Skeleton Army is going to be really, really good here as well. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh. Bro, not one of the skeletons from the skeleton army really wanted to help me there. Unbelievable. Okay, skeleton army, could we maybe not completely avoid doing our task next time, please? That would be very nice, thank you. Okay guys, he does go for the boss bandit. I'm gonna go for the Evo Skarmy, then play my Skelly King. You kind of want to wait for the skeleton army to walk up a little bit, and then you play your Skelly King after, and look at these skeletons, guys. They're literally just gonna be invincible. You can see they're just completely trickling down on the boss bandit. He does go for the Evo Executioner here, which does kill my stuff, but we still kill an entire Evo Executioner, which is obviously really nice, because Evo Executioner is pretty hard to kill. So yeah, just off that Evo Skarmy, we got some really good value. He's going to have to spend something on my wall breakers. He wasted the Barbarian Barrel, so only has a snowball for that, which is not that amazing for him. He might get an Executioner down soon, though. We'll see about that. No, he just goes for the guards. Okay. But guys, look at all the value we're getting, man, out of these Skarmies. Bro, look at that one skeleton! Nice, man. And because he wasted the Executioner, we can go for our minions here. He's going to have to probably Furnace onto that, which is just not really the best trade he could want to get, I guess. Or that he could hope for, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Skeleton Army is going to completely wreck the boss bandit here. We also are going to kill the Furnace as well, which is great. We can even pop our Skelly King ability too. I know just the Skelly King has become really strong as well, guys, with the champion change. It seems to have actually benefited the Skeleton King quite a bit. I'm just always going to poison these Furnaces because I might as well, you know. And you can see here, this deck isn't really getting us that much damage with the actual miner. It's more so the Skeleton King and like some random wall breakers that are actually doing most of the work, it feels like. Alright, I'm going to go for this here and then the Skelly King once again. It really his only way to deal with this, guys, is to go for an Executioner, but if we're able to like smartly block it, we can always do pretty well. I'm going to just go for a Bar Barrel. Nice, I predicted it! Nice, man! Come on, don't die! Nice! Bro, the Skarmy is not dying, guys! Okay, now it finally died, but not before we get our Skelly King to the tower, and Evo Skarmy just single-handedly won us that one. This next deck actually might be one of my personal favorites in the game right now. It's the best Goblin Drill deck in the game. It's just like a Goblin Drill Magic Archer deck. You have the Magic Archer to line up off the troops that people have to play for the drill. People used to often play this deck with the Miner, but basically how this deck works is that you play your Goblin Drills, you play your Demolishers and stuff like that, and you basically get your opponent to play like, you know, a Valkyrie, a Dark Prince, a Ghost, and then off that troop you're then able to just get a very nice Magic Archer lineup. And especially with the Tornado, usually you're able to get quite a bit of value on the tower. Our opponent right here does have Royal Hogs Earthquake. Haven't actually faced Royal Hogs for some time. It was kind of dead when Goblin Giant was meta, but I think it's finally making a comeback now. Magic Archer is still alive, so maybe we get some damage here. Yeah, very nice damage, and we actually come out on top out of that exchange, which is kind of surprising. I'm going to go for kind of a far drill in the back, because I know he has delivery, so he could try to delivery towards the front. Yeah, see, I knew it! I can't believe that still hit the drill, by the way, from that far. But guys, now we have our Magic Archer. He could try to predict it, because it's very obvious, but I'm still going to go for it. Bro, I feel so dirty doing that, guys. Okay, I only got one hit. Wow, that is actually way less than I thought I would get. Man, I thought I'd get so many hits right there, but you know what? We take anything. Wait, can I get my king up still? Nice, we do get our king activated. That's the main thing you have to focus on with this deck, is to get your king up as early as possible. I'm going to go for my Goblin Drill in the front this time. Guys, you should always be playing your Goblin Drill in the front for the most part, because that is the ideal position to just basically get your Goblins on tower as quickly as possible. But it is sometimes better to go for it off to the side or even in the back once in a while, just to kind of throw your opponent off guard and just be unpredictable. Because if you always go for it in the same position in the front, well, then your opponent just going to eventually start predicting it every time. But yeah, kind of a little bit of a balance of everything is ideally how you should be playing Goblin Drill, with your placements, that is. We do get our Evo Knight down here, which is actually going to be really good against the Archer Queen, so that's pretty nice value. Should take it out pretty quickly. I think the Demolisher actually might kill the Queen. Yeah, it kills the Queen. And guys, the key to Magic Archer in these cycle matchups is just going for it a lot on these cheap cards, or just like low HP cards that they don't expect you to go for it onto. Because a lot of the time, they're not going to expect you to, you know, just go for like a random NATO like this, or to just Magic Archer on like a 1 HP Ice Spirit or something like that. But if you do, that damage really adds up. Like, just a single Magic Archer shot is what, like 200 damage, more than 200 damage. So if you do that often, you're going to just really chip your opponent's tower down I mean, like, one magic archer shot is basically the equivalent of an earthquake on the tower, so yeah, it can really add up. The Goblin drill does get right on the tower. I feel like people always mess up against Goblin drill just because of how weird it is in nature, you know, just being a true red, true blue based card. And what I mean by that, guys, is that with Goblin drill, it's true red, true blue, so you get different interactions with it based on what side you play it on. Oh, nice, his ability was a little bit too late. Not gonna lie, though, he is actually kind of catching up to us right now. This time I'm gonna try to get a prediction log, trying to hit, like, skellies or something. He does go for the delivery, but I think we could actually get a nice Knight plus Magic Archer. Knight will tank for the cannon for a second. And we do get a nice couple shots there on the tower, which is very big damage. And I think we could just go for our Evo Skellies here. The Demolisher is also so nice against Piggies too, as kind of a backup option. And you can see the most important thing we're doing here is that we're always playing the Huts high in the opposite lane. So it pulls all of the Piggies, but then it also makes sure that he can't Earthquake the Piggies. I mean, he can't Earthquake with the Piggies and hit like the tower and the Hut at the same time. He can only hit either the tower or the Hut, not both. Okay, now my cycle's a little bit bad. I just have to go for kind of a very late awkward Hut, but Magic Archer is helping out, and just because we have our King up, I think we get away with that. Yeah, having our King up is just absolutely carrying. I'm going to go for a Magic Archer set up in the opposite lane, just trying to build up something again. You could sometimes just set up with the Magic Archers in the opposite lane and just try to build up a little bit of a push. Yeah, so he's spending the Earthquakes very aggressively here. We could definitely go for our Drill. Going to try to go for a Prediction Log, trying to hit any sort of cycle card. Okay, he's going to go for the Skellies late, so we're just going to NATO that away, and we get pretty nice damage with it. Wait, Magic Archer messed up. No! No, guys, I messed up my Magic Archer. Wait, but we have Evo Skellies, though. I think we're chilling with the Evo Skellies here. Oh, yeah, look at that. We just go for the Goblin Drill now on the tower, and bro, there were just no chance of this guy breaking through. This has to be one of the more solid decks in the game. And you can see I went for my Drill in the front pretty much every time, and it worked. May the 4th be with you, everyone. Comment down below if you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, we're playing the best Mortar deck right now, which is this really cool, I guess, Mortar bait style of deck. You know, we have the Evo Skarmy in here. We have just a very big abundance of pressure in this deck, which I really like about it. You know, you have the Goblin starting to play at the bridge. You have, you know, just a ton of ways to pressure your opponent down and just overwhelm them. And that's really the strength of this type of Mortar deck. I feel like these Mortar decks that used to be popular with like the Rocket and stuff like that really just aren't that good nowadays, and Mortar has kind of evolved to be more of a heavy pressure type of deck now. We get a really good Mortar here, guys, just to force him to respond to it, so now he has no Elixir to catch my Miner, and we just are going to take out his whole pump for a very positive Elixir trade. When your opponent goes in for a pump, it's a really good idea to just pressure them right away with something, so that way they have to respond to that, and then if you get like a Miner on their pump, you're able to pretty easily take it down. Honestly, I have nothing. Guys, I literally have nothing right now except this Skarmy. I think I just lost the game. I don't know why he randomly has a minion horde, guys. If I didn't cycle my arrows on the skeleton army there, I would have just been completely fine. Wait, guys, I'm actually so confused what this man is even playing right now. Okay, he goes in for a pump. I'm just going to get my Miner down here, then he's going to Skarmy, so I'm going to arrows onto it. Nice, man! He thought I wouldn't arrows, guys, because he wanted me to save my arrows for his minion horde, but if he goes for a minion horde, I know that this time I'm going to have my Mother Witch ready, or like, you know, a Goblin Stein in the ability, so we're going to be fine either way, I think. We get a few Mother Witch Piggies here out of the minions, and yeah, if he goes for a minion horde, I think we're chilling as well. I think this guy actually might be playing 3 Musketeers, but I could be wrong. I don't know, I kind of recognize this guy's name, though, from, I think, being a 3 Musketeers player. He does go for the Skelly King, guys, and he thinks he's really slick right now. He thinks, oh, Ian has no arrows, he can't counter this, but literally all we have to do is pop that ability, and we actually do have our arrows back in cycle now, so if we actually end up needing that, we have them. Now, he might try to get an Evo Skarmy down, guys, so I'm going to once again go for prediction arrows, and we do catch the Skarmy right away. Cannon Cart still dies, but that was honestly quite a brilliant prediction either way. And our Evo Mortar is going to keep on cooking it up. We get our Evo Skarmy down, which is going to make him Evo Zap, so honestly, that's not too bad at all for us. He does get his minions down and everything. I don't even know what the heck this guy is playing. He might just have, like, literally a bridge spam deck with just, like, pump and a bunch of spam cards. We can now just go in for that. Wait, what? He doesn't realize that I misplaced my Mortar. Guys, his Cannon Cart literally made me misplace my Mortar. But he still responded, so I guess that's good? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Oh, shoot. This is very bad right now. This is very, very bad. Hold up. Hold the phone. Wait, I think our minions are actually going to deal with everything. Bro, the minions low-key cooked it up right there, guys. I can't believe I survived. I'm just going to go in for my mortar right here, and I might even try to get a miner on the towers just because his tower is so low in HP that he kind of has to, yeah, just defend it. And we get a nice prediction arrows once again. Mortar should be on the tower now, I think. Is it on the tower? Yeah, it's on the tower. Nice. One more? Oh, we don't get the final shot. Okay, literally we just have to defend this right now, guys, and we can win if we just defend this right here. I'm gonna go for this here. We could get this down as well. If he goes for the zap, I mean, we have our arrows. But I don't even think we need our arrows. We could just go for the miner. He's gonna scar me, so I'm gonna get my prediction arrows onto that. No, he doesn't. He actually scar me at the bridge, but we still take the win.